Hello again. Welcome to UNV 103. This is week one video for completing journal entry assignment. Okay, so each week there's going to be two assignments that are due by Sunday. Hopefully you're watching this video way before Sunday. Preferably, I like for students to watch these videos by Wednesday, no later than Thursday, to ask questions and get familiarity with the assignments that are due. Okay, so let's go ahead and go into journal. So whenever you're ready to go into module or topic one, journal one, you'll just click on it for the Dropbox. Now we're going to go over some basic template etiquette writing. You're obviously in college, you're at a university, so it's going to be expected and required for students to write in an academic professional standard. Okay, obviously, some of you haven't done it in a long time or haven't done it ever, so there's patience when it comes to this. But this video hopefully will show you how to properly set up your journal to where it's formatted correctly, each question's answered, okay? And you also meet the word count requirements as well. Each week when you go into the journal entry, there's going to be directions, okay? There's going to be a purpose, what's required, instructions, and right here you'll see four questions. Each week there'll be four questions, all right? Formatting requirements, which are which is to use the GCU style template, okay? Now, each week when you go into the journal entry area, you're going to see right down here, I'm going to highlight it, right next to a paperclip, it's going to be attachment. This is actually the GCU style template, right? This is a template you will open, save to your desktop, and type on, okay? So we're going to go over that, okay? So you click on it and you open it up, all right? Now, there's always a requirement with formatting. But instead of saying, hey, students, this is how you format your GCU style template or APA template, we went ahead as a university and created it ourselves. Okay. All you have to do is delete the contents that are on here and begin. I'm going to show you how to do that because there is a trick to that. So don't stop the video and start the assignment just yet. Okay. Now, um, what I want students to know is that you want to make sure you save this to your desktop or a folder you know where it's going to be at. Okay. The moment you open it up, save it right away to your desktop because if you don't, you start typing and you close it out and you don't save it properly, you may lose all your information and have to redo the assignment again. Okay. So make sure you do that. All right. So I'm going to go back here for a second. Okay. Now, if you want to pause the video and read through the entire direction set right here, please do so. All right. Um, if not, we'll continue on, or you can pause now. Now, each week, it's going to be pretty consistent, okay? Like I said about the template, there's always going to be a word count requirement, all right? Usually it's 250 to 300 words, okay, for the entire journal. However, there's going to be some assignments later on down the road where you have to write more than 250 words. I think that's more towards week 6 or 7, all right? So now, in the assignments each week for the journals, there's always going to be an outline. See this right here? These are the questions. Reflect on the topic of motivation by answering the following questions in reflection. There are four questions, okay, which means there should be four separate paragraphs. You should have a paragraph separate that answers this one, a paragraph that answers this one, a separate paragraph that answers this one, and a separate paragraph that answers this fourth one. All right. If you do not have a separate paragraph, I will give a point deduction and allow you in weeks 1 and 2 to go back and fix it to earn full points. After the first couple weeks, the grade will stand. Okay. So in this situation, you want to make sure you have four separate paragraphs. All right. What constitutes as a paragraph? All right. Now, when you come here, the writing on here is talking about the formatting, but I highlighted this paragraph right here. This is a solid paragraph. Okay. There's a lot written on here. I say that a paragraph should be at least 4 sentences. All right. So with each of these, there should be four separate paragraphs, four different answers, and each paragraph should be 4 sentences long or more. There should be 4 sentences or more here for this answer. Then you hit enter and you begin a new paragraph and you answer this question with 4 or more sentences, and so on and so forth. All right. Now, this is an example of what a paragraph and a template should look like. This is properly aligned, okay? Uh, a lot of times when students come to start writing their answers, they delete the information, which they do, and they also delete the title and start typing. Now, if you do that, and I'm just going to type some words, notice how the alignment is centered, okay? You don't want that to happen. So let me go ahead and back up here. So when it comes to anything in this, do not delete this first. Leave the title there. You want to come down, you want to highlight everything where it says formatting, and you want to delete. Leave the cursor right here. This is the proper paragraph indentation where it's at right here, and it's also going to be properly aligned. So when you start typing, your first paragraph, let me go and delete this, should look like this, okay? Your paragraph should look like this, centered perfectly like that, okay? Now, after you write your first paragraph, if you want to change the title of the journal to whatever you want, let's say you decide to say, what motivates me? You can do that. You can. I don't care what you title it. Just change the title last. Okay. Do not change it first, or you mess up the formatting. If you do mess up the formatting, it'll look more like this. Centered. This is not correct. This is correct right here. So leave the title alone and begin typing. All right. So this is actually going to be a perfect example of what a journal should look like right here. 1, 2, 3, 4 paragraphs. All right. Now, when you go through here, you're going to see citations. Don't worry about that. That's just examples. There should be no citing in this journal. There should be no quoting. These are questions asking you, not about what authors say about the subject. Okay. These are just about you. All right. So this is what your journal should look like. You'll right here go in here and replace name with your name, UNV 104, or sorry, UNV 103, the date that you started it, or the date that it's due, and my name, Instructor Salcido. All right. Now the cleanliness of the journal it's got to look like this example here too. You know, a lot of times you'll see spaces in between paragraphs. There should be no spaces between paragraphs. Okay. When you begin a new paragraph, you just hit enter once and start typing. As you see, this is a new paragraph and there are no spaces between the two paragraphs. Okay, so as you notice, also this gives me an example to also teach you to use spell checker as well. Now, some of the key things I want you to do when it comes to journal writing is make sure you add examples. So when it says, how is motivation important for student success? Don't just tell me, you know, well, you know, student success is important, motivation is important for student success because what motivates us will lead us towards graduation. That's a good statement to make. But also start out, for example, and give an example of yours. Like maybe you're trying to go to school to get a promotion, earn a better income for you and your family, whatever it is, be very specific. And anytime you see anything that says explain, right here it says explain, and right here it says explain. You want to make sure you fully explain. All right. One of the questions students miss each week, or they'll write one sentence on, is this last one. What was your overall learning objectives for the week? What were your key takeaways? Like I stated before, each question needs to be concentrated on equally. There should be 4 or more sentences for that one too. All of them should be concentrated on. The reason why I'm teaching you this way is because when you get into your future classes, it happens all the time. Students will just barely mention one of the answers to one of the questions, thinking it's not as important, and it is. If there's a question there and it's outlined like this, then you need to put some concentration on it. You need to put some kind of substance to it, okay? But this is how you actually complete a journal entry. So when you get a chance, you know, if please give me a call if you have any questions. If you If you run into a situation where you're unsure, that's okay. Week one, there's a lot going on. There is no late policy in week one, but I want you to try to be on time, and I want you to try to get this journal submitted in a timely manner. Okay? Please let me know if you have any questions. Again, my number is 602-639-7789. Good luck.